Hi everyone, this is Charles Wells, and if you don't know, I'm the founder of Volta VTZ, and Volta VTZ is a new project that I started on my own, and basically it all came about by just seeing other projects and being unhappy with the direction it's going. So I thought to myself, why not just create my own token? So that's what I did. So, you can go to voltavtz.com and check out all the information. And here before you is the gaming site, which you can play and earn VTZs for free. But today, let's talk about the video today. Today, we're going to talk about Dapps. What are Dapps? Okay. For anyone who's new, this will be a good informational content for you and for you to get some substance of what Dapps are. Okay, so, to start off, I want to say that by any means, I'm not a financial advisor. I didn't go to college or graduate with those, those terms or anything of that nature. So, take this as educational and, entertainment purposes. So I always want to start off the video by saying that. Do your own diligence, go out there, do your own research, and, look at what projects that interest you. But, always make sure that you're using disposable income. And I just thought about it. I should create a video about disposable income. But let's get back into this. What are Dapps, guys? What are Dapps? Dapps is exactly what they sound like. It's decentralized apps. So basically, if you're familiar with an Apple phone or you're familiar with Androids and you got apps on your phone, Dapps are just like that. The significantly difference about it though is that Dapps are ran by smart contracts. So what are smart contracts? Smart contracts are codes that the smart contract go by. And if you're not really technical, you might not know how to understand what it does, but mainly anyone who's pitching their Dapps, they normally tell you how it operates. And the beautiful thing about a smart contract is it's not a third party. There's not a third party involved. So the Dapp supposed to do exactly what the Dapp is designed to do. Now, you can make Dapps where, someone could go in and change some things like that. But that's why you look for Dapps that already been verified. It's been scanned, see if there's any threats or anything of that nature. And you get involved with those Dapps. So back to Dapps, smart contracts. So yeah, when I heard of this, I really got very excited because back in the day, and there are sites called high yield and interest programs, and we call them hypes. But really what it was, there were like sites where you could put money in and get crazy returns. I'm talking about like you'll put like money in and it'll say in 5 days you get like 1,000% return. But the problem was it pretty much was a Ponzi scheme. So you get in early and it normally lasts like 2 to 3 days. So you really had to it was very like testing the waters, and they was just popping up everywhere. But the thing is, someone runs that site. So when they get all the money, they can just close the site down. You can't get in contact with nobody. You can't get your money back. So just think of those high yield and interest programs if they was on a smart contract. And see, that's another beautiful thing about smart contracts. You can't take them down. And even if you take it down, your tokens are still tied to the contract. So you always can get your money back from the contract from the contract per se. But you also got to understand, if the tokens are not locked, then the people can actually run away with the tokens too. So this is all terminology. If you listen to it, you might be confused. But just know that a smart contract is sort of like a vending machine. A lot of people compare it to a vending machine. You put money in, you get out what you want. So that's pretty much what it is. It's like a machine instead of a human that, does the operations, So it's not, unless the code is not written right. But that's when you get, you see if it's been scanned to see if there's any flaws in the code. But, if it's a good code, it works pretty well. And when you're talking about locking up tokens, because you use tokens to operate the Dapp, if the tokens are locked, then that means that the person who created the Dapp, they can't just go in and just take the tokens and run away, because the tokens are your money. So, if you want to cash out, say if you're on a Binance Smart Chain, you exchange Binance for the token, and then you can use the Dapp. But when you want to get out of the Dapp, you sell the tokens back for BNB, and hence that's how you get paid. That's how you get your money back. So, there's a lot of programs out here that don't lock the liquidity. They don't lock the Binance and the tokens, so they can just run away. They get 100 grand or whatever, they can just run away. So that's why I know with our project, we lock away 80%. And the reason why we only do 80%, well, the fact of the matter, let's say, hypothetically, if I wanted to do some fraud and I just want to run away with 20%, that's still not enough money to make the system go bankrupt. It's not enough to, kill the project. You only could get 20%, so that means 80% of the funds is still locked in. So, but the reason why we do that is because, we want to have at least access to some of the money, so that way unforeseen things may come and we have a way to protect ourselves. So, with the government making these new rules, trying to extract more money, you just don't know what's going to happen. So you don't want to have 100% and then you get hit with something and you have no way, because that's definitely going to kill the project. They're going to shut it down. So you want to make sure that you have some money that you can get access to. And, you also want to have some liquidity in case some opportunity come up, and you can hop upon that and be able to, react for the community, because it's all about, getting more and more money coming in. And the problem with a lot of these Dapps, a lot of these projects, they solely depend on the community. And that's one of the things that I didn't agree with, the direction that they was going in. So, I said, I'm going to create my own token. And yes, we're going to have the community. The community, they can be able to put their money in. But I want to teach you guys how to just put in disposable income. And we want to use outside income to come in. Because if you can set up outside income, it's constantly going to always come in. And the problem is that once you get a community, you know how much you're going to put into the project. So if I'm going to put in $500 because I worked out the equation, if I do $500, I can make $1,000 a month. So then I'm going to take $500 a month and I'm going to keep reinvesting $500. Well, that $500 is just money that you made out the system. So in order to keep that up, you have to continuously get new people. Well, you're not going to be able to reach everybody. And, it's going to come to a point where your community is going to be capped of the money that they're going to put in. But if you got outside sources like Google, or you got outside sources such as different ads and different platforms, or maybe even subscription, that's really a good way, because that's constantly going to keep money coming in the ecosystem, and people can constantly earn money with the program. So a lot of these Dapps that you see that came out, they're either not working anymore. And the problem is they're really great Dapps. They're really great Dapps. But the problem is they never created outside income. And the community, once they got to a certain level, they just kept taking. So Dapps are very, very cool. Cool in the sense of security. And especially if you got the liquidity lock, it's very cool, because it gives you a sense of security. And where, like a website, you got to solely rely and trust the person who's running that project and hope that they don't just run off with your funds and just shut down the site, and there's no way for you to get back to them unless, the feds come in and, shut them down for some type of Ponzi scheme of some nature. But sometimes that don't happen. Some people don't let the company get that big where they can, they come in and then they just, these people, maybe they be up 1 or 2 months and then they just run away with a whole lot of money. And a whole lot of people, just heartbroken, and they're sour, So, with Dapps, I mean, like I said, I love Dapps. Dapps are the new wave. I really believe that crypto is the new wave. And I believe that the banks are going to be obsolete unless they create their own digital tokens. But my thing is, my issue with that is, if they, let's say, the United States create their own digital currency, and they said, okay, all other forms of digital currency is, contraband, is banned. You know what I mean? That will be devastating, because they just come in and just mess up the whole thing. And, we hope that don't happen. But absolutely, I really believe that banks need to create their own digital currency, because they're going to be obsolete. The interest rate that they're giving is low. If you look at some of these protocols, some of these dApps, the interest rate is outrageous. I mean, 56% on your money in a year. I can't even come close to some of the returns. I mean, some of them are in the thousands, and that comes with compound interest. But that's another story, another video that we can talk about. And I'm going to start doing some reviews on these projects so you can see yourself. But the big thing and the big purpose of this all is to inform the community, build a community. So if you like content like this and you want to see more come, please like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, so that way when I drop new content, you're going to be notified. And also, look, get into the comments. Tell me what type of things you want to know. Tell me what new content you want to know. If you want to know more about the project, more about what we're working on in the background, then, it's simple. Just write down what you think, and I'll make a response video with it. All right, thank you very much. This is Charles Wells, the founder of Volta VTZ. Take care. I'm out.